You know you're in for an exciting weekend when Against All Odds pops up on your YouTube. We've got our regular 9 tips, that's 6 games and 3 goal scorers. Well, we're chilling at 90 Degrees Restaurants and Lounge as usual. Mr. Sanusi Fafunwa in Victoria Island, Lagos, DG.
Yeah,
absolutely
great
amazing
place.
Yeah. But let's get you on the party already. This weekend we expect so much action, and we have 6 games, 3 goal scorers, like I did say earlier on. Let's start with Man United at home against Brighton Hove Albion, DG.
They should win, and we expect at least 2 goals in the game as well. United have a great home record this season. They've won all their Premier League games at home. In fact, all their games at home this season. They have the second most goals as well at home this season in the Premier League. So it looks good for them. They tend to flourish when they play at home. 19 goals at home this season. We saw them last time out against Newcastle United. Struggled a bit, but then they got to the groove as quickly as possible. So against Brighton, I think United should get it done. A win and at least 2 goals. So
in Italy, Deji, we're looking at Juventus against Crotone. Going for goals in that particular one, over 2.5 goals. And no surprises, Crotone, this is a side that have considered 24 in 13 games, and Juventus are scoring goals.
Now, of the last 8 Juventus games, just one hasn't seen 3 goals. Was the win against AC Milan. So it's something that has come to be of Juve recently. We saw them over the weekend, last weekend, 3-2 against Sampdoria, 5 goals in that game. So we should see at least 3 goals against Crotone.
Well, even though Real Madrid have been fortunate this season, DG, Malaga have been terrible away from home. They have not picked up a single point in the league away from home this season. So we're going for a Real Madrid win and over 1.5 goal.
Well, Okun, Malaga are without a point away from home this season, and I think that should be really worrying for them. Good thing for Real Madrid is they've won their last 3 games at home in La Liga. But then even better is the fact that they have the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. They have Karim Benzema back on the score sheet. They got 6 against Apoel. They look like they're backs among the goals. So I think they should get the win and at least 2 goals in that game.
Germany now, Leipzig hosting Werder Bremen. They scored 4 in midweek against Monaco, and they've actually scored at least 3 goals in their last 5 fixtures in all competitions.
The last 5 games has seen at least 2 or more goals. That's good for us as well. They are a side that tend to score goals, and the likes of Timo Werner, scoring for fun, Emil Forsberg as well, providing the goals for them. We saw them in the Champions League, 4 against Monaco in just the first half. So I think that looks a good call as well, Okun.
Well, Monaco were the team that were beaten by Leipzig in midweek in the Champions League, but then we are including them, I beg your pardon, in our polls this week. It's Monaco versus PSG. We're going for a PSG win or at least a draw.
For Monaco, they've not won in the last 2 in the league against Amiens. I saw them last weekend. They were quite terrible. And then, of course, losing against Leipzig in the Champions League, out of Europe entirely so far this season. So I think they're not in great form. PSG are flying at the moment. They've scored 43 goals in the league. They got 7 as well in the Champions League against Celtic. And they are still unbeaten in the league, and I'm sure that's something that we're going through their minds. Let's go there against a direct opponent or direct competitor. Let's avoid defeat and keep on riding. So PSG should get it done, at least avoiding defeat.
And DG, this one is going to be pretty interesting because Ajax against Roda JC. Now we're going for an Ajax win at over 1.5 goals. Now tell me, how many goals have Ajax scored in the last 2 games?
10 goals. Last weekend, they were one of our calls last weekend. I think it was against NAC Breda.
The bid opponents.
And they absolutely destroyed them. So it looks a good call. Ajax are flying at the moment. Yes, they had the disappointment just before the international break when they lost to Utrecht at home. But everything looks good once again for them.
As far as our goal scorers are concerned, DJ, there is Harry Kane in there. This is someone whose goal drought is suddenly over with a goal in midweek, and he scored 8 league goals this season. He's playing against West Brom, one of his favourite opponent. I
think the thing for Harry Kane was form, was fitness as well, especially, and he looks to be fit again. He's playing against West Bromwich Albion. And
guess what? He scored 6 goals in his last 5 games against
West Brom. And
one of his favourite opponents.
It's not just about the history behind or the record behind this. It's also the fact that when you look at current form, West Brom cannot buy a win. They cannot buy a goal. They can't buy a point. As the case may be, and Spurs just look good at the moment. It was a bit surprising for me that they beat Dortmund in the Champions League, but it tells you about the confidence flowing through that side.
Dries Mertens scored in midweek, DG, for Napoli. We are backing him to get a goal this particular weekend.
10 Serie A goals so far this season. He's looking good as well, as you say.
Napoli score.
Yeah, Napoli score.
The thing is, if Napoli score, is going to be in the mix. A goal and an assist.
Thereabouts. So
Dries Mertens it is. Lionel Messi is our other goal scorer. It's Barcelona up against Valencia.
Well, last weekend it was one of our probable goal scorers. He had not scored in 2 games before then. We thought he wouldn't go 3 games without scoring. He did, and then the 4th game as well in the Champions League. But he's Lionel Messi, and when it comes to the big games against a side like Valencia, I think he should get amongst the goals.
True.
Loves to step up in the big games.
None of these things usually cast in stone, guys, like we usually say. But then we look at the probabilities and the possibilities, and then we come up with our likely goal scorers and, of course, games. Invite your friends to join in the party. It's Tregong TV. Don't enjoy this phone alone. Have yourselves a splendid weekend ahead.
Yep.